Good morning, team. Good morning, everyone. Brendan and Alison are up early, which is great. Good to see you guys on. Good morning to the rest of you. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat. Thankful Thursday. Morning, Laura. Good to see you. Harry, Jeff. In the 1%, mate. That's the way to roll, buddy. Mate, we're doing awesome things in the 1% club. Well done. Well done. Good to see you guys here this morning. As things warm up, I'll do the quick intros while things are rolling. Most of you already know my name, but there it is again, just in case you forget. Been property investing over 20 years. You guys know this. Coaching property investors across Australia and New Zealand. How to buy properties well, but to be honest, how to keep the bloody things. Buying's the easy part, folks. It's about going the distance. Right now, the market, the media, is winding up with its Chicken Little. The sky's falling, the sky's falling. Anyway, probably going to be a bit of a theme over the next little while, just to make sure we're all on the same page. But over the next few weeks, months, whatever it might be, we'll always circle round to rational thinking when it comes to property investing. And, the rubbish, it's there, Brendan, for sure. Ingrid, good morning. Facebook user, whoever that is, good morning to you. You must be in one of the groups. How are things at your end? So give us a shout out if you're new, if you're one of the newbies dropping by. Great to see you here. Let us know in the chat where you're from, what you're up to. But this morning I thought we would quickly talk about what's going on out there. I mean, the cash rate went up 25 basis points, 0.025, from 0.1 to 0.35. That's a good thing for lots of things in the economy. However, it's a bit of a challenge for some mortgage holders, some mortgage people with mortgages. And let's be honest, let's be frank, let's be clear. I always like to put that in perspective. And I did some math just now, and it wasn't a big. Why is everyone? What is going on for everyone? Why are they losing their minds a bit here? Let's have a bit of a look. A $600,000 property with a $500,000 loan, 3%. 3%. I think it was like 2,177. Was the mortgage payment. That was 3% P&I, by the way, folks. So this is a $600,000 value, a $500,000 loan, P&I, 30 years, 2,177. Now, that, if we have a look at what's just gone on, the banks and the lenders were quick to pass that on, as you would be. Actually, it was the other way around. Let me do this. 2006, I think it was 2001 and 77. I should have wrote it down before, but here we go. 2,106 was the payment at 3 point, and then 2,077. It was $76. $76. You divide that by 4, and it's not very much, folks. Let's face it. It's divide that by 4. What is that? 20 plus bucks or something like that. $27, $26. Should have got my calculator out this morning. But why is everyone losing their mind when it comes to like $20 a week or $25 a week, folks? Let's have a look at that. Because this is a classic conversation that's going on out there, and will continue to go on, and obviously goes on whether the interest rates have gone up or not. You guys have seen the mortgage bubble malarkey going on, or the growth bubble malarkey going on for a long time. And for us as property investors, we got to make sure that we keep an eye on that stuff. Oh, great to see. Thanks for joining the program, whoever that is. You're behind our private Facebook wall, but great to see you here. Give us a shout out in the chat if with your name. It'd be lovely. Lovely to say hello to you. There you go. Good morning, Sarah Bott, and the rest of you guys. Luke, Brendan, Jeff, Allison. So it's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money. Why is everyone losing their minds? It's because of the psychology of this fear and ignorance, right? And, you know, I shared a couple of things over the last few days at mentoring and other things. But today I thought we might dive into doing some numbers. So if that makes, that always makes me a bit more calm when it comes to, all right, well, let's do some math on this stuff. Like, let's have a look at what's going on. And as we go along, team, let's say what it might need or what the difference would be to us as property investors. Now, for owner-occupiers, you're right, Alison. You know, if like, unfortunately, team, like, what happens often is that, sadly, a DIY, I can do it myself, this is not that hard property investor often makes choices based on price. Oh, this is a cheap property. That one's cheap. There's this rhetoric that goes around, you know, don't worry, you don't live there, just buy a cheap thing. And I think that's, well, it's terrible. It's terrible advice. It's terrible for property investors. Because cheap rubbish will always, like Alison said, be cheap rubbish. And it will cost you more than you think with maintenance and often in locations where tenants are 1 week away from being broke. So, yeah, when you buy good quality properties, they will rent well, good times, bad times, indifferent times. And we need to understand what the mathematics of that does. And if you haven't downloaded this yet, if you're in the mentoring program, you get this calculator. I've got some training in the group there, so make sure you jump on this. But let's have a look at this. Let's have a look. We're going to do some quick mathematics this morning and have a little look. We've got a property here, you know, purchased for $650,000. We put a deposit in for our equity. We got some stamp duty, and hopefully you can follow along here a little bit. If you're watching on your phone, it might be a bit small, but, you know, listen in and you'll get the sort of the gist of it. There's some costs, you know, but the main thing here is interest only. You guys know the drill. I believe as part of your acquisition and your lending plan, an interest only portion, an interest only time frame on your loan, maybe for 3 years to 5 years, and then the following time frame, it might pop into P&I and pay itself off, or you kick it down the road again and maybe lock it in for another 3 to 5 if you're still in acquisition. But we're not talking about that today. That's a lending plan. Actually, I'm going to go over lending plans next mentoring, so that should be a good one. But let's have a look at this. You know, we've got interest only, 3%. It's renting for $600 a week. Pretty straightforward stuff. This is the kind of piece of real estate that out there in the marketplace. I've put in 4% capital growth. You know, of recent times, there's been up to 20% for some properties, but let's put 4% in there. I've put CPI at 3%, even though at the moment it's around the 5%, but let's just leave it like that. And let's have a look at what the cash flow looks like, team, when it comes to this property, and, you know, at the moment, holding it into the future. So if you have a look here, this is the area that we want to have a bit of a look at. It's positive cash flow. Pre-tax, $1,000 or $20 a week. Hey, there we go. Interesting how these numbers flow through, isn't it? After tax, and you guys know this, one of the great things about residential real estate and owning that property in your own name, you can offset some of this stuff into on your own pay or your own tax. And this is one of the benefits It's not an investment principle, by the way. You don't buy something to lose money to get a tax deduction. That's called stupid. But as a benefit of owning real estate and owning it in the right way, you have what's called a paper loss, or sometimes a cash loss, something got broken. And you're able to offset that against your taxable income and reduce your taxable income and pay less tax. Anyway, I like that. I think it's fantastic. As a PAYG career earner, that is the best thing, because business owners get lots of tax deductions and you don't, unless you have some investment properties. We get a tax refund, folks. Check it out over here. Technically, on paper, we had a net profit loss of $25,000. Not out of your pocket. Not out of your pocket. And got a tax refund. Team, all right? And the property, after tax, $7,958 positive cash flow in your pocket. Real money, folks. Real money. This is not make-believe cash. And if you work with our tax team, they're claiming that back for you weekly, fortnightly, monthly, and it's going into your offset account and saving you more money in the future anyway. All right? So this is why it's important to have the right finance plan locked away. But let's get into this. You guys have seen the numbers just quickly there. Let's go back and change this now. That 3.5%, let's change it to 3.75. All right? It's gone up 25 basis points. Let's see if that makes a difference in our world in any way, shape, or form. Boom. At the top, before tax, makes it a little bit negative. Down here, team, what does it do? Hang on, what happened? Hang on. We got a tax refund there, a bigger tax refund. What happened? What happened there? Let's go back. Right. 3.5, tax refund of $6,912. Is this some sort of voodoo, Jason? Is this some sort of strange, magic trick? No. Your costs went up, so you get more tax back. Blowing my mind here, Jason. What's going on? Right? Team, as property investors, we're just in a better place to manage this going forward. That's just the facts. What else can we do? Tell me right now, team. What else can we do? Alison was talking about it just a minute ago in her post or her little comment there. What else can we do? We're getting more tax back. The interest goes up. Look at this. Interest went up, your costs went up, and now you get more money back. It's good stuff, isn't it? It's good stuff. This is why you should not get caught up with the media madness and stupidity, because in essence, what they're talking about has very little effect on you as a property investor. Rents go up. Abdul, exactly. Alison is saying, hey, my tenants are going. Alison, maybe share with us in the chat how much you put your rent up. All right, let's look at this, team. All right, let's put our rent up. Let's put our rent up, folks. We're going to put it up $50 a week. That's pretty conservative. A lot of properties we're managing right now, depending on where you are going up over $100 a week. Well, let's put it up $50 a week. Boom. Look at that. Back on track, folks. Back on track, okay? We're back in the cash flow when it comes to that stuff. All right, well, let's go back. Jason, yeah, whatever. This is interesting. But what happens when our interest only, Christina, that is not good. You're a very naughty person. Anyway, we've got some weirdos who think they can jump on our live stream and hack this Forex trading. Pretty rude if you ask me. But anyway, we'll just block them. Block the user on Facebook, and we're going to block them on Restream as well. There we go. Anyway, that's sorted. Extra $35 a week. Perfect, Alison. All right, so we get to put the rent up, team, which is absolutely spot on. Now, let's have a look at, the interest rates going up a bit more, 4.5% interest rate, okay? And what happens over here, right? Negative cash flow pre-tax. Look at our tax refund now. Boom. It's up thousands. More money back in your pocket after tax. Still positive cash flow. Still positive cash flow. Hopefully you guys are following along and seeing that again now. And again, maybe we can put the rent up again. Maybe we can put it up another $50, $700 a week. Helps us a little bit at the top. Nearly back to positive cash flow pre-tax. Again, positive cash flow after tax. Okay? So, team, what I love to do with this stuff, and so you should too, is when we are faced with, things that are going on, it's important as property investors to go crunch the numbers, have a look at what you have to do to manage this stuff going forward. And, there's a number of little strategies that are pretty simple that many of you guys are already deploying. All right. Number one, you've always got to have your buffers in place. Okay. The interest rates are going to go up reasonably slowly, probably over the next, 1 to 2 years. Plenty of time for us to adjust and maneuver. You are going to get, every time the interest goes up, it's tax deductible for you. You're going to get more money back in your pocket after tax. It's never been more important for you to make sure you have the right accountant, the right tax team doing the right stuff for you. If you don't, if you're not getting your taxes back weekly, fortnightly, monthly, your tax team haven't already reached out to you and said, right, let's get your PAYG variation adjusted because your costs just went up. They haven't done that yet. They're not the right team, let me tell you. And you need to have that money coming back into your offset account to save your cash as well. Your buffers need to be in place, team. Your buffers need to be in place. Your buffers need to be in place. And you guys know I subscribe to the rule, a minimum of $5,000 liquid cash in your offset account per property you own, per investment property you own. You need that always there. Get your rents up, okay? Get your rents up, folks. Over the next 12, 18 months, 2 years, every chance you get, put your rents up. Number three, add some value back into your property. This could be a great time to do a minor refresh or reno, okay? Now, what would it take to get the rents up? $50, $70, $100? Maybe new carpet, new paint, maybe new, kitchen stuff, whatever it might be, 10, 20, 30 grand. Most of us, if you've owned the property over the last couple of years and now got, an extra 100 grand of equity, grab a bit of that equity, do a 20 grand renovation, fix up your property, all right? A way to go. Brendan likes 10K in his buffer, and that's fine. If you've got one or two properties, maybe a little bit more is good. When you've got multiple properties, you don't need to lock away too much because it can be kind of, shared between all of them. Not every single property. Let's hope. I've never had it happen to me, but if you own 5 or 6 properties, not every single property has a problem at the same time, right? Okay. And also, get some equity access, team. Get some equity access. Go right now, have a talk to your lenders or your finance team and work out what is going to be the best finance structure for you over this next 2 to 5 years to be flexible and manage your costs and your situation, okay, as you go. So there you go. And there you go. And, that's Alison sort of saying it. It's, people are some people in the Australian marketplace having a good year with sort of earnings and income and stuff like that. And that depreciation is an absolute quality problem to have or want, Alison, for sure. All right, team. Well, listen, hopefully that made sense this morning. Hopefully that made sense. Like, it's good, And, yeah, you don't have to worry about interest rates if you know what's coming. You know what the numbers are. You know what the dollars and cents are. Until you quantify things, they often seem bigger than they are. All right. You know, it's $20 a week or thereabouts right now that the interest rates went up. And ladies and gents, if that's you as an investor, then we're getting more tax back anyway. And then you put the rents up. All right, team, that's it. Thanks for joining me today on a Wealth Coffee Chat. You guys be awesome, be well. Remember, a couple of sayings: buy well, never sell. And this thing's a marathon, not a sprint. Take your time. This is not our first rodeo. This won't be our last adjustment in costings and market prices. And if you're going to own property for 20 to 30 years, team, settle in. You know, be relaxed, be ready, be tactical, be strategic. Don't be stressed, and don't make silly decisions based on silly media reporting. There you go. That's a takeaway for today. All right, team, you guys be awesome. Team, if you want to get in touch with the tax business, it's called Positive Tax Solutions. If you jump online and you have a quick look at the website, Positive Tax Solutions. Yep, they're the first one that pops up, team. Positive Tax Solutions. Just quickly search them. Jared, I can pop it in the chat, actually. Copy there. Let's see if I can pop that in the chat there, hopefully. Boom. There you go, team. If you want to have a bit of a look at that, Positive Tax Solutions, reach out to Anthony and have a chat to him. I went through on all the YouTubes, Jared, but it didn't go in through on Facebook. Oh, no, there it went. Okay. Hopefully that link helps you, mate. And, folks, if you just search it, you can have a chat to Anthony and the team, and they'd be more than happy to talk to you about making sure you get it right, ladies and gents. Get it right. Which is, it is kind of nice, isn't it, Alison? Doing your own tax, sometimes you're like, oh, look at that, I can get some money back. But there you go. Now, they're a very effective team and specifically designed for property investors, folks, specifically designed for property investors, which not many tax businesses are. All right, there you go. Nimel, you can get the spreadsheet if you join one of our programs, mate. That's part of being part of that. And I know there was a little bit of something going around. If you're in one of our groups, Nimel, then the spreadsheet's in there too. All right, mate. If you're in the group, Passionate Property Investors or the Positive Mentoring Clients, you should be able to find it. All right, mate. Thanks, team. That's it from me. You guys be awesome. Be well. I won't be here tomorrow for the morning chat, but I'll be doing a live Wealth, Wine and Wisdom with Andy Fenton tomorrow night. So make sure you keep an eye out for that one. All right, folks. You guys be awesome. Be well.